So do you want to go back and forth between them, Greg, or what do you want to do?
Are you going to introduce everybody again?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers, where we get together every Monday night and we talk about Badger State truck and tractor pulling with El Presidente, Greg Elstein, one of our announcers, John Stranley, and we're bringing our points champions tonight. We have Willie Depley, 2022 Super Modified champion of the two-wheel drives, and Mike Loofborough, Hot Farm champion here tonight. So I'm going to peel out early because I'm going to be a good dad and go to my daughter's band concert or choir concert so I don't get in trouble. So I just want to do my introductions, and I'm going to remove myself. Thanks for coming on, guys. Have a great season. Greg, John, the floor is yours.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, Jason.
I got one thing I want to say. Greg Jack Spots messaged me and wanted to let everybody know, all the Badger State tractor pullers, make sure you get all your tickets in for the raffle. And not only that, there's still 9 books left for the raffle. So anybody that's out there that wants to get a raffle ticket yet for the Badger State Tractor Pullers raffle that we draw at the banquet. First prize is $25,000, second's $15,000, and third is $10,000. And it's $100 a ticket. If you want a ticket, you can get a hold of one of your Badger State Tractor Pullers, or you can message me on Facebook or Greg, and we can get Jack Spot's info to you. Jack wanted me to get that in right away.
You got her in.
Got her in.
Got her in. And if you don't have your tickets turned in, everybody turn them in.
That's right.
Right? Well, who do you want to start with, Mike?
We can go back and forth if you want.
We can do that too. Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Welcome.
Mike.
Congratulations. All you guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Congratulations, Mike and Willie.
Thanks, sir.
Hey, Mike, what was the thing that made it a win for you this year? What do you think was the toughest thing to get through the poll?
It's just every year it's consistency with the hot farm class. The depth in that class is unbelievable. I think we averaged, anywhere from 14 to 15. I think the highest we had was 20. The lowest was 12 tractors in a class. So the key to that is no breakage, number one, but being consistent in that class. If you're not consistent, it's tough to win a points championship.
You're right. You're right. Yep. Staying in the top half.
Yeah,
Willie.
Yes,
go ahead,
sir.
Mike. Willie, same thing to you. What made you think you got? What was the toughest thing for you to keep at?
We started out the season. I mean, I think we were the first 5 hooks. I think we had 4 firsts and a second, and everything was clicking great. We really weren't twisting on the truck that hard. I mean, didn't really need to. And yeah, just consistency. I mean, going back on our notes that we had from the year before at that track, and just you're pulling against the dirt, not the people you're in your class. I mean, that's the biggest thing.
Yep. You got to work with.
Had a lot to do with it.
What's that?
I think the hook position throughout the year had a lot to do with it.
I mean, we were kind of all over the map. I mean, I think we had 2 first hooks, but we were in the middle, and we were in the tail end a few times too. I know everybody thinks like they don't want to be first. I don't mind being first hook. I've always done pretty darn well when I'm first hook, but our class fortunately isn't where there's 20 to 30 of them in there. So I noticed like when you pull at Hillsboro, like a noon hook for say, and there's 34 to 40 trucks in the class. I mean, and the sun's out. I think the track changes quite a bit, just the way it dries up throughout, when I got a noon hook like that. But ours being at night, our class isn't that big. I don't see it changing a ton, but
Yeah. Mike, what do you think about hook position? Did it help you or hurt you this year, you think?
Oh, it helped us in some. The second hook at Baraboo definitely. Early hook made a big difference. My dad broke. He was first hook, and he was on a heck of a pass. I think he would have won it if he didn't break. So I got to thank Angie Adrian for giving me good numbers this year. I appreciate it. I think she's
buy her a drink.
Yeah.
Buy her a drink at the banquet. You got anything for him, John? Next question.
The handy thumb on the computer. It's just like rolling a dice. A lot of luck. Mike, take it easy on us next year, Angie says.
Yeah.
Emily Mansky says, heavy. Where's the Cheetos?
I ate them already, Emily.
you already ate them.
She's supposed to be dumping loads of corn at the grain den.
Yeah, I hear you.
Slacker. How long you been pulling, Mike, and what got you started into pulling?
Oh, my dad's been pulling for years, just regular stock farm tractors. I pulled a little bit here and there, but probably 15, 16 years ago. I used to live in Kentucky and moved back home. And my cousin Doug, who was part owner in the tractor, me, my dad, and my cousin Doug, he had a South Central tractor, and we got in on that when I moved back home. I think we pulled maybe a year, 2 years, and then we changed over to Badger State and been pulling there ever since. I think it's been probably 13, 14 years with Badger State.
This is your second points championship?
Yeah, 2019 and then this year. Yeah.
Willie, how long you been behind the wheel?
Since 2014 would have been the first year with Inches Matter. And I won my first year out of the gate, beginner's luck. So not Dad and Grandpa have been doing it since the late 80s. So, but my first year was 14.
Gotta be kind of bittersweet driving Grandpa's old truck, huh?
Well, actually, I just lied. I ran the van for a year before we had Inches Matter done. So it'd been 13. So I started with Grandpa's truck and the van, and now the new truck.
Yeah, the Bad Badger.
The Bad Badger, yeah. Still
Where's
got
that
it in the shed. It's in the shed.
in the shed?
She's pretty sprung though.
It's been around a long time.
Dad gave it one hell of a ride in Hillsboro when you could see daylight underneath both rear tires, and did a wheelie, come down and slammed it pretty good. So, but it'd be cool to get it back out, I think.
Do a little straightening on it.
Yeah, the motor goes in the chassis. You need a tapping device.
Yeah. Straighten her out.
Mm-hmm.
So
What was your-
so what do you do for a living, Willie?
What's
So
that?
all the fans, what do you do for a living so all the fans can find out?
I'm kind of the all-around guy. I'm in the warehouse some days, drive semi some days, property management, we got a lot of sticks in the fire. Right now we're doing storage, so boats and campers and motorcycles and everybody's summer cruisers, they don't drive in the winter. We're busy putting those in. Me and Casey and Heavy, we've been working every Saturday doing that, so it's always something different.
So everybody that doesn't know, they store our video board trailer for us. It's coming up tomorrow.
Is it?
Yep. Tracy's going to give me a haircut, and somebody's got to give me a ride back to Sauk.
I can do that.
I thought you were going to get somebody to do that.
Well, I was going to, but Emily's got to unload corn.
Are you bringing the truck or no?
Yeah.
The Duramax?
Yep.
Good enough.
So, what was your favorite pull this year, Mike?
Oh, I'd probably say Baraboo. We won both polls there, so the benefit poll is always a good poll. A lot of the crowd's great. What we're doing it for too. So I got to say the benefit poll.
Willie, same thing.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, your hometown pull, Bear was always probably your favorite. But to be honest with you, Mackville was challenging, as dry as it was. 2-day event, and first night we got first, and second the second night. So it was the other way around.
No, first night.
So and it was super, super dry. I mean, the mini rods, they couldn't even move the sled out of the hole. I mean, it was just crazy. But the challenge of figuring out how you're going to hook to that I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. That red dirt up there is tough to figure out, isn't it?
Well, unfortunately, whoever sets that up, I guess you don't want to tell him how to do it either. So
yeah. Well, I've been there with them. It's one of them tracks. If you spin on it, then it's too wet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough call in the day and all that. But usually,
Right.
Yeah, they're working on it.
Sure.
Yep.
That's a good. It's usually always a good pull, though.
Yeah.
And my favorite place is across the street. So.
Yep.
The church.
The church.
Yeah,
The
the
church.
church. Yeah, the church.
Confessional, right?
Yeah.
I thought the same.
Yeah.
Saints and sinners, we know where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
fun to hang around in the afternoon. It's always a relaxing pull there, I think, in the afternoon. It's always fun.
Yeah, and it goes to a heck of a good cause. So.
Yep. And a good crowd there. One of our best crowds.
Yep.
They got a good break there Sunday morning too, or Saturday morning. I mean,
I think I slept through that.
Yeah.
yeah,
You were in line for the confessional.
Right.
Right.
yeah. Right behind him.
Yeah.
Mike, what do you do for a living?
I work in a supply chain for a genetics company. It's called PIC, Pig Improvement Company, where a lot of people know ABS. They're the beef and dairy side. PIC is the pork side. So we work for a genetics company there.
Yep. We used to have a couple PIC buildings around us. I don't know if they're still there or not.
Spring Green, there is. Well, there's going to be one that used to be PIC up there, and put in a board multiplier. They just stocked it here probably a month or so ago up there in the Spring Green area.
Okay. Yep. So, what do you guys think you'll be changing for next year? Making any improvements, Mike?
I don't know yet. There's talk of some stuff, but nothing so far anyway. So just
Yeah.
general maintenance, I guess. We're going to tear it down and do general maintenance and maybe do some, put a heavy duty rear end in it or something like that. So,
Hard to change a lot when you win, isn't it?
yeah, I think before we won the 2019, we made a change to Meyer Performance, went to their motors, and we just went to the dyno, made 3 runs, and we're satisfied. And I don't think we ever went to the dyno for 4 or 5 years. It was running really good. And I've always heard, if it's not broke, don't change it. And it was running good. So we might make a few changes, but not too much.
Yeah. Some guys talk about changing tires and stuff. Do you guys ever think about that?
Yeah. We're needing a new set of tires, so we're looking at that. It's tough to find some deep treads right now. So heard there's some new tires coming out, but it's always tough. Do you want to be the first one to try it or not?
Yep.
Don't know when they're going to come out, but we like the deep tread, so we'll probably stay with those.
Yeah. Buying new tires when they come out, you're either a hero or a zero.
Yeah.
Right.
We tried a set of tires from Mr. Luke over at the Netherlands, and I think we tried them up in Searing, and we were either going to be a hero or a zero, and we wound up being a zero. Maybe we didn't have the tire pressure right, but we didn't fare too well.
Yeah. Willie, what do you got changing this winter?
We're not going to change anything besides the header setup. Not really a setup, but every other run, those headers are cracking. And I don't know. We put gussets on it. So if let me see here. The motor, you got your header coming off the head. We even put gussets off it down to it. But the problem with it was it would put heat in it, and it actually arched the gussets. So then it was pushing. I mean, instead of supporting the weight of the header, it was actually working against us, and it was pushing on it to the point where we actually had blow by in between the header and the head. And it's just every other week we're pulling them off. And thank God we've got Greg Wyrick here in town. That's a good family friend and had a welding business for many, many years. And he fixes them, the minute I get out there with them. But we've been fighting them, and we got to do something different there, because it's just the money you spend fixing them every other week. A guy could have had a new set by now, So
Right.
But I mean, the truck the truck has got the best of the best, rear end and planetaries in it. I might change the first gear in it just because it's an indoor gear, it never gets used. So I might do something there. But other than that, revein the blower and go.
Yeah.
You guys run a thicker flange on the headers? I noticed that with ours. Once we went with a thicker flange on it, then it didn't do that no more. Ours are really thick on ours.
I mean,
It's a harmonics.
ours have got to be that flange where it bolts on. It's got to be 3/4 of an inch thick. I would guess. I trust me, when Terry Timmerman and none of those guys are there. They all got very, very nice equipment, and you never underestimate any of the Timmerman boys. And walk around after a pull and look at Wayne's, which you can't hardly look at them because they're so shiny, but theirs are never broke. And I don't know if it's the steel or what. We just got to make a new set, and hopefully that fixes it, I guess.
Yeah. John, you got a question for him?
Sure. Tell us about your family, Mike. And Willie can do that too.
Well, I got my dad, which everybody knows, and everybody who ever goes to any of the polls. It's a family affair with us. You meet one, there's at least 2 or 3 of them with us, sometimes 4. Got my Uncle Neil, comes to pretty much every poll. Uncle Era comes to every poll. and you haven't seen my cousin Doug in a while, but he used to come quite a bit. So it's pretty much a family affair with us. Whenever you see a Loof Burro, you'll see 2 or 3 of them at every pull.
So it makes it fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good to see all you guys. Yeah. How about you, Willie?
Well, the pulling family has kind of evolved into Casey and Heavy. Obviously, Scott Nearing, and Adam's always a great hand. And I kind of miss the fact that my dad isn't there for everyone, but at the same time, I think, he pulled since '88, so he comes to the Baraboo pull and like Hillsboro, the bigger ones, but he bought himself a houseboat and likes to go do that, which is great. And it's kind of I guess it's gratifying to me that he actually, trusts us to take the toy and go play, and not just trust the fact that we know what we're doing with it. Is pretty cool. My wife and kids get to as many as they can, but it seems like the older those kids get, the more stuff's going on the weekends and with sports and stuff. So yeah, it's all good.
Did you
How old are the kids?
What's that?
How old are the kids now?
7 and 11.
Time flies.
Oh yeah, got
We
that.
went
Go
up-
ahead, Greg.
We went and watched your son race in the snowcross last year. Was it 2 years ago? Is he going to do that again?
Well, we were just about an hour ago. We were up at the shop, 2 hours ago now, and we got him an Apex 90 that's all done up, runs on airplane avgas. So he wants to ice race that this winter. So he's gonna get on a 4-wheeler with some picks in it and see what happens.
That'll be fun.
That don't hurt my feelings any. That snowcross, you're traveling all over to do that. So
Yeah. So excited about that. Did you guys sell your other 2 trucks then, Willie? Or
did Walsh originally bought them and the trailer, and then Mr. RJ Simon ended up with them down there. And to be honest with you, I'm pretty sure that the red one is gone. I don't know if the orange one is still around or not. Dad's Fast Freight. I don't know if they still have that or not.
okay.
Walsh bought them and was going to pull them, and then decided that he wanted to go with a modified, I believe, right?
Yeah.
He wanted to go do a modified, and then so he originally bought the 2-wheelers and then sold them to RJ. So RJ's been buying and selling, a ton of rigs and everything under the sun. If it's pulling, he's buying it and selling it, which I think he's doing good too. So that's
Something different every week on Facebook that he's selling.
Yep.
Good for him.
Yep.
Yep.
Mike, who's someone in your class that you never count out?
All of them. I mean, I'm being serious with that. I mean, you look at, I think I seen a post on Badger State that there were 7 different winners. I think we had supposed to have 17 hooks. We had 2 rainouts and 1 sled malfunction or whatever. So we had 14 hooks. So you never count out anybody in that class. I mean, any given day, anybody can win. So, I mean, the depth in that class is unbelievable. And then you look at the talent, the young talent we got in that class. I think there's 3 kids still in high school, 2 Meyer boys in Dutton. They're still in high school. And then you had Dominic as a rookie this year. And I think we had another one last year too. So the young talent in that class, before you turn around, there's more talent coming in. So I would say any tractor in that class you can't count out.
I would never count the Diamond Deer out unless Melvin was driving it.
Yeah. We missed them guys this year. They come out. I think they made the last 2 hooks and did quite well. Like, you can never count that tractor out either.
Nope, it did. It ran good at the end of it, even with Melvin behind the seat,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, correct.
Got pick
How
on him.
about you? Who's one of the toughest ones that you never ever count out when you see him hooked to the sled?
Well, they're all good bullets. I mean, I guess my biggest nemesis. Which one am I always trying to? If I got to get around one,
Yeah.
say Terry Timmerman. And there again, he's been at it a long time, and now the boys are driving it, which is cool. But there again, I mean, you get Chad Haggerty, which came to, I think he come to 2 or 3. I think he had some blower issues or something. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, any of the Timmerman boys. I mean, Wayne might be pulling Grand National, and when he's got a weekend off, he'll come and play. And you don't underestimate any of them. I mean, even if they're down on horsepower, I mean, compared to what the majority are running, like Biener, for instance. I mean, you get on a track that really won't take the horsepower, and you can have as much power as you want, but if you're not hooking it and putting it to the ground, does you no good. So yeah, I don't take any of them for granted, honestly.
Yep. Good thing not to do. Who's your favorite sled to hook to, Willie?
I like Peterson's.
Like Johnny Peterson sled?
I like Peterson's sled, and the box when it hits, it's almost like you don't even feel it. And I feel like we just get out and get running a little easier with it, more ground speed. Then doesn't feel like it's dragging so hard. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But
Little smoother hit at the end.
yeah, yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not one of those when it gets you.
Yep. Mike, how about you?
I'd have to agree. The Iron Horse, and then can't remember the name of the sled. The one that was just sold to the Fritz's boys there. I think it's Fritz's and Tubes and Hoses. Those 2 sleds.
Yeah.
Lukey, it's called the Iron Anchor.
Lukey, not Fritz's. Yeah, Lukey. Sorry. Yeah.
I was just down at Brad Crookton's last Friday, and Zerzo came and picked up the Terminator, and finally got it out of Brad's shop down there. So, and I think, what the hell is that his name?
I don't remember that guy's name that bought him.
Shit.
Josh.
Josh does a great
Yeah.
job. He's awesome. I mean, you can tell that the maintenance is always top notch on him, and to have him buy those 2 sleds, I think, I mean, that'll be awesome for us, I think, down the road.
Yep. I think he's changing the pan on one of them this year too. I talked to him a little bit. He's going to do a little bit different on it. The one with the hump in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's one question that Jason usually asks that Ryan Rosnick come up with on one of the other shows. It's just an awesome question. You just can't beat it, so we gotta use it. But either one of you guys, Mike or Willie, if there was a pulling truck or a pulling tractor or whatever it was that you were able to drive, where there's no strings attached, jump on and run it. If it breaks, it breaks. But if there's a truck or a tractor, one of the favorite ones you ever want to run, what would it be? Willie, you go.
Oh, go ahead.
With that, I would love to go Buzz Everson's tractor once.
The V8 Massey.
I would. That thing is cool.
Yep. It's a beautiful tractor.
RPM, the thing just screams. Well, that might be a little bit him though. I think he likes longer rods. I don't know.
It's like to stretch them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike.
Oh, I got to say the chicken on a chain mini rod.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
That'd be
scare me.
It'd be a fun ride.
It is a fun ride. Yeah.
would be.
Couldn't be scared of that. Heck.
I don't know if I like my manhood like right on the clutch.
That's what shielding's for.
Well, when we were in Hillsboro, was it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, the Culp Lumber, uh, that girl was driving it, and some metal got her foot, and it. After I saw that, I'm like, yeah, I just don't know about that. I mean, we got a piece of plexiglass, Gorilla Glass, separating us from that. They're right. You guys are right on that thing.
They got straps on the drive shaft shields now. Then a lot of them, they got to be a certain thickness. And ours, we never turned it down. Ours is super thick and it's heavy, so we don't really care that it's that heavy. And we broke the coupler in the rear end of ours. It was at a Badger State hook in Tressa the one time, so the shielding does work. But now we got strap tethers on them, just like the mods do now too. So they'll contain.
We put those on as well around the housing of the drive shaft.
Yep, help keep it in.
Well, hopefully you never need it, right?
Yep.
That's right.
That's the Ricky Long rule or something.
Well, that was the mods. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was in Louisville that happened, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
I watched it go flying out and hit a roll cage. It bent the roll cage on the tractor sitting at the line there.
Ooh.
Lucky I wasn't sitting in it.
Were you scared?
Yeah. We were right there. That was a big chunk of steel.
Would have had to change my diaper.
Yeah, Ricky did. What motivates you guys, Mike, to keep pulling with Badger State?
Oh, just when you say family, just the family of pullers. I mean, the people you're around. I mean, no matter the class, whatever, if you break or something like that, there's 10, 20, 30 guys, even the guys in your class come over to help you. Yeah, they want to kick your butt out on the track, but just being around everybody, joking with everybody, going, you meet a lot of good people with Badger State. So we really, really enjoy pulling with Badger State.
Yep, it is a good bunch of people. I think what keeps guys together a lot is, the meals that get served at some of the events.
Yeah.
Oh,
For the pull and get to talk to each other and visit. And I think that keeps everybody close. I really do. I think it helps.
We appreciate all those meals.
Yep, we do too.
How come nobody sits next to you, Greg?
What's that?
How come nobody sits next to you at the meal?
I'll steal their food.
Right?
Right.
Just checking.
Really, what keeps you pulling with Badger State?
For me, it's tradition mostly. I know if my grandpa were still around, he would be nothing but proud. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I got a wife and kids and a fifth wheel camper that likes to go to the campground. So I love it. And I'm, blessed to be able to, obviously I couldn't afford to do it on my own. So it means a lot. And we have a blast. It's like my grandpa used to always say, it's a lot of hurry up and wait, for 30, 40 seconds of fun. But, and then look at the people that, like guys like Casey and Heavy and all the help that comes every time you go. And they, Casey's got, a daughter at home. And I mean, obviously I'm sure Heavy's wife would rather him be gone, but I
get to spend time with my son. So
yeah, it's a good time. We're just blessed to be able to do it. And I'm going to keep doing it until the old man says I can't. So.
Yep. Well, it's good to hear. The kids will enjoy it too when they get a little older too, and and they learn how to wrench on stuff, and they learn what it takes to get stuff done too. Right
now they come along just to go spend a couple dead presidents, I think, at the fairs, but it'll come around.
I got to tell you a story about Mason one time. He was like 10 years old and wanted an ice cream cone, and we were at a fair, and to leave the track, you had to buy a ticket to go in. He went and spent $20 to go in to eat a $2 ice cream cone.
You got her. Priorities.
Yeah.
I bet it was good.
Cost me $10 to go through the gate to get to the ice cream stand. Yeah, that was a long time ago, but it's fun. And them are the memories you make, stuff like that, and you laugh about them. That's the way it is, right?
They just keep Mason and I mean they just Avery they just flip flop like they draw straws on who drives Thunder Clutch or how do they do that?
Yep, every other time take turns. Or, you know, they make it even. Sometimes one of them's got to do chores and stuff, and you can keep track of them on Facebook, not Facebook, YouTube on New Age Custom Farming and watch them. And they're always got some shenanigans going there with everything. I don't know if you guys watch that ever.
I know which one's gonna pull. That's the one that wasn't holding the beer, but
Right. That's not necessarily true always, I don't think, but
no.
But I don't know. You got anything, John?
Yeah, it is a lot more fun with family, and I got my boy into it too, which is probably going to be my nemesis later. But I enjoy watching him and being in the shop with him and going down the road and as much as anything. And it's just a ball. Anytime I can go do that with him, I'm all on board. But so I got another good question.
Going to be another mini then?
I don't know, maybe someday if he keeps interest in it.
Yeah.
We'll see. My wife was a little nervous when we were putting the Cub Cadet together, and she said, "Well, what if he doesn't like it?" I said, "Well, I'll drain the oils out of it, put it on the shelf, and we'll drink beer and look at it. We'll do something else." But
Fair enough.
Right.
either way, it ain't going anywhere. Someday, if he does, yeah, maybe we will. Yep.
Yeah.
So, how would your competitors describe you, Mike?
Oh, I don't know. Some you probably can't say on camera here, but
I don't think that.
I don't know what they would say. I guess I'm a competitive guy, and hopefully I'm okay to be around. But I don't know. That's a good question. You might have to ask those guys.
What do you want them to think of you?
Hopefully I'm a nice guy and tough competitor for them.
I'm sure. I'm 100% sure they think that already. So I think you got that.
That's good. That's
Yep.
good.
How about you, Willie?
No, I enjoyed just like I go up to Chad Haggerty or Terry Zimmerman and anybody that shows up before the pull. AJ, go up and shoot the breeze with them, and I mean, I always make it a point to go and congratulate who won or whether it be whoever. I mean, I would think that they would think I'm a pretty good sport. I don't get too, I'm not going to throw my helmet, and I'm not going to mention an occasion, but
Yeah.
it was a tractor guy.
Yeah.
No, I think we're a pretty well-rounded group. I mean, everybody does that. Terry wins, I win. He comes up, shakes my hand, I do the same. Yeah.
That's the one thing I want everybody to remember. We're there to have fun, guys. That's we can all go to work and struggle there. Why go there and struggle? You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the way I feel. So it's got to be fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When it stops being fun, we won't do it.
Oh.
What do you think? I think going and congratulating the winners is a very important thing. I told Brandon Coates 2 years ago, I said, you need to put a damn strobe light on your helmet because I'm sick of looking for you after every pull to congratulate you on winning.
I like to run and hide too. I hate talking on that microphone. I've thought every day since the last pull, like the speech up at the at the wilderness there. I hate that. Remember the one year they looked at everybody, I'm like, you're all naked. I hate getting up in front of people. Just hate it.
Yeah. Well, you did a good job with it.
There's two things. So Jared Ripp was always one that said, "I hate it. I hate talking to you." And I said, "Why? I can fix that." And he says, "Well, how's that?" I said, "Quit winning.
Don't win.
Quit winning. Simple."
Yep.
Everything is
Called strobe lights. Did we never did find your strobe light hat from the Trackmaster 3000 down in Monroe. Somebody stole it.
Somebody snagged that on us.
They did.
The track, what was that? The
Trackmaster 3000.
Trackmaster, yeah.
3,000.
I don't know what happened to it. We were supposed to get the helmet and the cart it was on. We knew we had to give that back, and I think I walked to the trailer after I did the speech, and then came back to get it, and somebody hocked it.
Yeah, we have no idea where it went.
Well, if they're watching, we want it back.
Right. Trade you some beer to get it back, right?
Yeah.
Right? It was a neat thing. But
Interviews are always this though, but just like having a phone conversation, you're up there, just everybody's watching and listening to our whole conversation. That's all.
yeah.
Mhm.
Mike, who's the people to help you out with your program that you'd like to thank? You know, maybe whether it be tire guy, motor guy, or sponsors or whatever.
We don't have any sponsors, but definitely my dad. It's nice having two tractors. They can relay information back and forth. It's very helpful. Uncle Leroy comes to every pull. He helps us out. Definitely my Uncle Neil. He helps back at the shop. Kind of the guys behind the scenes that do a lot of work that people don't see. Tire guy, K3 Tire, Mr. Korth. He always gets us in if we need to in the middle of the season. K&K and Luke there, the Wildmans, they build awesome tractors, beautiful tractors coming out of that shop. Can't thank those guys. Got to thank those guys. Kevin Engel, King Dino, and who am I missing? Meyer Performance, definitely Meyer Performance. We wouldn't be where we are today without those guys.
Mm-hmm.
You got both your tractors pretty close to identical, like gearing and motor wise.
We didn't when we first built my dad's tractor. The motors were different, gearing was different, and I think it was last year, 2 years ago, we changed the gearing and the transmission, so they're pretty close to the same, and the motors are pretty close to the same too now.
About you, Willie, who helped you out with your motors and program and driveline and whatever?
Jeff Fowler is the motor genius there. Brad Corporal, got the new trans from him. But as far as like the maintenance on the truck, well, we used to have Nash, which was a full-time mechanic down at the shop, and he would run the valves in between hooks, in between every pull, and but now we sold the Chevy shop, is gone, so I keep the 57 sits over at Reedsburg at Scott Nearing's shop, and I mean, there's a lot of times we get done pulling on a Saturday night, and Woody takes the rig back to his shop, and I can't say enough about Adam. Him and Woody get them unloaded, and I mean, 75% of the time Woody's already got the valves ran. I mean, I get away pretty easy when it comes to, I guess, maintenance on the truck. Now that it's over in Reedsburg, I'll sneak away from work and get over there and clean tires, and just if it gets pretty bad. But as far as, I mean, knock on wood, they're pretty low maintenance. I mean, they really are. It's run the valves and read your plugs and see if maybe you got a hole that needs a little bit of fuel. But I mean, we don't really change as much as what a guy would think. I mean, I think all season long, I only changed the main jet, which is on the hat. Just checking the air as far as moisture and the quality of the air. But there's really not a ton to mess with, to be honest with you. I mean, your tires and your weights, but I mean, what do you think? We might move. Well,
Don't give away the secret.
I won't give away any secrets, but I will tell you at Macville, we couldn't have put any more back. But all the tracks, for the most part, I mean, we're moving, a couple 100 pounds, and, 2 to 3 pounds of air. I mean, it's pretty. It's not bad. It's getting easier too. The more data we collect and write notes down on, what we did the previous year and what hook we were, and we've got a little book that we write down, what we thought the track condition was, what the temperature was, what the, altitude, for our setting it up for fuel. And after that, I mean, it's not a ton to it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Do you? I guess I never paid attention. Do you run a data logger?
I had a data logger on the Inches Matter. I had the race pack on it. And it, recorded wheel speed, all that stuff. But on this truck, no. I used to pull the chip out of the race pack and plug it in. It would tell me all my parameters and all that stuff. And it just, a spark plug's not going to lie. So just keep it simple.
Yep.
You run a data logger, Mike, and yours?
Yeah, we do. We got a race pack on ours. Check temps, pressures. Yeah.
Turbo speed and all that you have on it too, or?
No, we don't have turbo speed, boost and exhaust pressure, temps.
Yeah. Yeah.
The coolest thing on the boost I saw, and it's the most simplest, it's just an air pressure gauge, a tire pressure that shoots a little deal out the end of it.
Yep.
And, you can put a gauge on it so you can see it during the run, but that little air pressure gauge that pushes the stick out, it only goes to max and then it stays there. So at the end of the run, it's like, what did you run for boost? It's like, oh, well, wasn't really looking. Well, your little air pressure gauge isn't going to lie. So
that's it. That's what we did to old school before data loggers and stuff. Yeah. Right.
Work today.
Yep.
Nope. Mike, if you weren't pulling, what other hobbies would you do?
Oh, do a little hunting and fishing. Work a lot with farming. I got a full-time job and then do farming on the side. I enjoy to do farming, so probably say do some hunting.
Yep, hunting and fishing.
Yeah.
You like lake fishing, river fishing, or ocean fishing? What do you do?
Oh, lake fishing there.
Lake fishing. All right. Willie, what would your hobby be other than pulling?
I was really thinking about taking up underwater basket weaving, but so, fishing.
We can teach you that.
Yeah. No, we actually got into the walleyes last night on the river below the Dells Dam there, but yeah, same deal. Bow hunting and fishing, and my kids keep me pretty busy, so
yeah, you got some young kiddos to keep up with right now,
and that's tough.
Yep, they grow up fast.
Yes.
Yep. So you got any questions, John?
Underwater basket.
Got a whole bunch of them written out here today.
Well, when you go to a fair, what's your favorite fair to get good food at, Mike? Where do you like to eat? I mean, have you gone out in the midways or wherever to get the best food?
I haven't went to the Midway, but I don't know. I always like a good pork sandwich. I guess support the business you work for, right? So if anybody has a pork sandwich, that's where I'll be.
How about you, Billy? You get out at the fairs. Which fair do you has the best food?
I think Beaver Dam. They've got. I mean, if you want a pork sandwich, anything they got. Beaver Dam's got a huge fair there every year, and that's probably my favorite.
Yeah. I can tell you my favorite one is Darlington. That little hamburger stand behind the announcer stand. I bet I've eaten 4 of them a night when we're there.
They have a good hockey puck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like the pork chops and Mazo.
Oh, yeah.
They're on a wood-fired grill. And,
but, yeah, we don't get to go there, so.
Right.
I was disappointed one year because I think there's one year where they didn't have it, and everybody volunteers to come to help you out, and that that pull because they know they get that free pork chop sandwich. And the year we brought a couple guys, were like, "Hey, you lied to me. I thought we had a pork chop sandwich here, but that's a good sandwich there."
It is. I skip the bread and I just eat the pork chop there.
Well, Shane off and the boys at Baraboo did a knock up job on the pork and stuff.
Yep.
It's one thing those Fairfield guys know how to do is drink beer and cook a hog. No doubt.
What do they call themselves? The Greenfield Pork Roasters or something?
No, Fairfield.
The Fairfield something. I'm gonna think about it as soon as we're done talking.
Well, we're missing all the comments from people without Schultz here, I think, in the bottom, because I imagine there'd be quite a few of them today. They're usually the bottom, but yeah. I don't know the food we make. And I mean, if you had a cookbook from the Badger State Tractor Pullers, all the meals that we get at the places, students took the best stuff from everywhere, you'd have a 5-star restaurant, I think. You know, you just can't eat like that anywhere. It's just good for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Fall Nationals, the cheese curds and the mushrooms.
Yeah.
There, I can't remember that stand there, but that's awesome there.
It's 4-H, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, the mushrooms are
Lions Club or something. They do got good cheese curds.
Yeah, they have the best down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Everybody talks about the ones in Ellsworth, but I think the ones in Monroe are better.
Yeah, this is the first year Sharon Brinkmeyer never brought goodies up to us either.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's busy. Busy
Heidi,
making the boys had their tractor running right. They beat me by an inch.
yeah. Heidi, Mark's sister, said, "Hey, if you need anything up there, you gotta let me know. They're tightening up on stuff, you know." I said, put it this way: if they don't let Sharon Brinkmeyer bring her goodies up, I quit.
I quit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That pull is one of the favorite ones of the year too. That you get competitors from all over one last hook, and I mean we had national champions there this year from other organizations and all levels. I mean it was just an awesome pull. It was just a great day.
Was it Never Given Up tractor? Is that
Ladwig.
Ladwig? He did the food at the Beaver Dam pull, correct?
Nope, that's Chris Feller.
Okay, that was very good too.
Yep, that's good stuff too. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, never given up does Plymouth. The double that you used to do what do they call them? The 2 brats and a hamburger bun. I forget what they call them.
Yeah. Yep.
Sheboygan brat or whatever. Yeah, they're good. But it's good food everywhere. You just got to find the right places.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got their thing.
Hey, Greg, is there any new polls coming, or we don't know yet, or?
Don't know yet. It's hard to do new polls because we really don't have any dates open.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be some more. The pro stock class is going to cut back on a few. We're going to have to say no to. So that'll open up, possibilities for other classes.
Yeah.
So it's hard to run them 4 nights a week.
I bet.
Huh.
It's hard to run anything 4 nights a week.
It is.
I don't know how you guys do it in the middle of the week polls. Thank God. I mean, I think we've only got one.
Yeah.
2, yeah.
1 or 2 tops.
You want more?
No.
No.
It's an excuse to be late for work the next day, isn't it?
It is.
All right.
You always got to make that up.
Really?
There's always we get calls all the time for new events. Really, we do. And I always say, just give me your dates and what you want, and we'll see if we can make it work. And if I never say no right away, but if the date's already full, I kind of just say, yeah, we already have something that date. Dubuque, I know Dubuque at the fair next year wants us there, so we'll see what happens there. But
I mean, hats off to all the Badger State. You track guys. I mean, one group's going this way, and the other group. I mean, you guys are the ones that make it happen. I mean, it's a tough thing to balance. I'm sure it's got to be.
We got a lot of good guys in the club. We do. Yep, to make it happen. A lot of guys have been doing it a lot of years. You don't even have to talk to them. They just know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we keep everybody around, keep them happy. We treat our help pretty good, I think, compared to most organizations. But That's what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Make it better.
Cool.
Greg?
What I do?
What are you doing?
Heavy goes, "What's Greg doing?" I go, "Oh, maybe he's pooping."
I am. I have the best Wi-Fi in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Got that.
That's where it works the best. So no. But you got any thoughts on next year's events? What you'd like to see changed or anything, Mike?
I mean, I think everything went well. I mean, we could always use better tracks at certain events. I'm not going to mention any tracks. I think we all know where they are, but you can see over the years there's certain tracks that are getting better and better and better. So, no, I would say keep going and yeah, if we can get better tracks, everybody likes a tougher track. So,
Yep. What do you think, Willie?
I'm really curious to see how our track here at Baraboo is this coming year versus. I mean, I think it was very well last year, but we put a bunch of clay in it. We were digging here at the shop for the new shed, and we got into some really, really good like blue clay. I mean, just sticky stuff. And I hauled 30 or 40 loads out there with the dump truck and put it down the center. So they're going to get that worked in. And I mean, that pulls really, I mean, we did it in Sauk, and the reason we got more room in Baraboo, which is good. And God, we've had a heck of a crowd. I mean, I'm curious to see what that does to that track, working some good clay in it. It's all the derbies and stuff over the years, I think's kind of not broke it down, but
Where's it out?
it needed a little sprucing. I mean, I don't know how long it's been since I think we hauled clay in it to begin with, didn't we?
Yeah,
Back
it was
in-
about 5 years ago that the last time we did.
Yeah.
Because the demo cars always take it home with them,
Right.
But they haven't had a demo for at least 5 years out there. So
Okay.
Well, and then there's pieces of metal and stuff get in there, and we all know what a set of tires costs. It's
Right.
so, yeah.
Right. Well, I think we're coming to our end of our time, right, John? Unless you got
Yeah,
something
we're
else?
coming close. Any last thoughts there, Mike? Anything you want to say?
no, I appreciate you guys inviting me on and thank all the workers and whatever, those sponsors with Badger State. We couldn't do what we could do, what we do, love to do without those guys and everybody that puts on the show, the promoters, everything. We appreciate it.
Takes everybody. How about you, Willie?
That same deal. Hats off to you guys, all the Badger State officials and workers. You guys do a knockout job, and I hope it keeps going.
It will. I think it will. We'll be good.
that's how we got so many hooks, is because of the show we put on, I believe.
It is. And the people that want is there because they see the show and they see the stuff we're doing like this, and they know that this is what it takes to make the next step, the advance, and making what you do hopefully better than what the next guy does. We can't keep doing the same thing or you'll get passed by, right?
Right.
So
Really nice to getting this going and talking to you guys and the people that are watching this. They see the truck or the tractor and they see the truck and know it's Willie Deppy, but they don't know, which one of those guys at the trailer is Willie, and what they do, what's your hobbies and family and stuff. And same thing with you, Mike. I think that's just great that we're able to do this and open it up and people get to see who all of our pullers are. I think that's awesome.
I was really astonished the first time we really got this going that by 12 hours later, 48,000 people had clicked on it and watched it.
48,000?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
So,
right.
It's amazing.
Stranley told me that, and I said, I don't want to be on the show then. If that many people are watching. So.
Yeah.
But I think it's getting bigger every week.
Your dad, though, one quick story before we go. When we were at Mazo, this family was there, and this little boy was looking at one of the hot farms, and I was walking by, and he seen me with my Lucas Oil shirt on, and he said hi, and I said, "Hey, how are you?" I said, "Which one's your favorite tractor?" and he pointed, "I'm hooked" to Vern Meinholz, and Vern wasn't around. So I was looking around, and then his mom said, "Well, which one's your favorite?" And I said, "All of them. They're all my favorite." So I said, "Would you like to sit in a tractor?" And the little guy lit up, and he's like, "Yeah, I do." So I seen your dad, Mike, over by his tractor. So I said, "Come with me. We'll go ask him." So I walked around the tractor, and I said, "Warren," I said, "You mind this little guy sits in your tractor?" "No, not at all." Well, here come to find out, you guys were related to her.
Yeah, we got family up in the Mazo area.
Yeah. So
But that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
That's what it's all about for kids and everything else.
Yeah, he was happier than heck. That was cool. Made my night. So
A few years ago, we
got some relation down over the Sawkill. What you've probably never met him, have you?
the Reedsburg Brews.
Yeah, that's the people. That's the guy.
Like,
Tell your story, Greg.
I don't have a story anymore.
Oh, you were going to tell that one?
No, I did. Nope. Can't mention names like that. Only Randy.
Yeah, you did it. I didn't.
Right?
I just said over the hill.
Randy can't watch us on his flip-flop phone anyways.
No, I told him his phone the other day. We were out at the Meyer farm, and they got that new combine, and he's still got the new car smell in there, of course. And he said something. I'm like, "You want to take a picture? Hydraulic hose come off the new combine, and take a picture of something." I'm like, "Your phone's so old, Randy. It's got sideburns."
His phone only take pictures in black and white.
Right.
yeah.
But
Well, we better wrap this up. Last one of Down and Dirty is Jason's show is going to be coming on. So just remember, everybody watching, if you're looking for tickets, let us know or let one of the Badger State guys know, and we'll get you Jack Spot's information. I think there's 9 books left, and we'll have that wrapped up. And the banquet's just right around the corner. So
and I want to remind everybody, call up and make your room reservations, because there will be nothing added later, because there's another banquet there, and they are taking everything we are not. So
I believe it's already full.
Is it already full?
I believe it's already full. I was going to call up to the Wilderness and talk to Joe Eck, which is the general manager up there, and see, believe this or not, I don't think I even got a room. So, but I got a string I can yank. So I'll talk to him tomorrow, maybe, Greg, and get with you and see if there's, if there are some people that still want one. I'll see what I can do.
Right. That'd be great.
I got a little bit of an in there, so
they'd only let us book our book of rooms and couldn't add anything later. So
okay,
I wanted one, got one.
Okay.
So, but if you can do something, that'd be great.
I'll let you know tomorrow. I'll get a hold of Joe in the morning.
Okay, perfect. That's all I've got, guys. Thanks for being on, and congratulations on this year's points championships.
Thanks, you
guys.
Absolutely. See you guys at the banquet.
Yep,
Johnny.
See you later.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
We shut this thing off.